Hi, I'm Davidson Souza and I'm going to show you how to find and replace values in your code using regular expressions in Visual Studio. Now, let's see the code. This is just a simple class, and what we normally would do if we want to find an item is just to give a simple Ctrl F. If I am looking for label class, I'm going to find all occurrences of it. Now, the problem with this approach is that, as you can see, I am finding everything, all 5 occurrences. I have one here on the top. Okay, if I want to find only this, the best approach is to copy. I'm going to just do exactly like this. Now we have a different problem, because what if I want to find all occurrences of class equals something in the whole class? The solution here would be regular expressions. That's why I use this website, regex 101. So this website is going to help you to understand what are, let me drag this here, what are the parts of regular expression that you should be using. For example, let me go back to the Visual Studio and copy these lines. Let me put it here. And then here on the text, I will just put a dot. If I want to match everything, I can just put an asterisk. Now, how does that help me? Let me go back to Visual Studio, get this part, and let's create our own regular expression right here by pasting it. And there is no match. Let me just remove this. I don't need it. Okay. There is no match here. And how do we do it? To transform this into a regular expression. First of all, escape this little guy. And we got one match, but it's still the same as the find and replace. What we do here then is get this label, remove it, and add the dot star or asterisk, how you call it, and then we are going to match the inner container class, the label class, and the input class. Now let's return to Visual Studio, but before we have to copy our regular expression, and then we are going to open again our Ctrl F, and we will select here this use regular expression. Once we click it, we paste, and then we match only these 3 just as intended. And you can see here in the scroll bar that we don't have any other matches. That's pretty much it for finding. Now for replacing is pretty much the same thing. We already have our class, we just do a Ctrl H. Well, we need to put it again, and then we can just go and replace by anything that we want. Let's click here, and then all 3 were replaced. Now, let me restore. This is one of the things that we can do with this regular expression. This is just the basic, helping us to find some specific things and also to replace. But one of the ways that I like to use it is to just invert logic of conditionals or even invert dictionaries. For example, if I want to invert the logic here, it's like if it's not empty, because I have a negation here, shows something, otherwise just shows nothing. If I just remove this guy, I am breaking my logic, so I need to invert this here as well. How do I do it? To make that work, I need to use capture groups. First of all, let's get our part here. Let's go back to our regex 101 website, right? And see. So now I'm going to just open a little bit more to make it easy. As you remember, it doesn't work because we need to escape some parts. So let's escape this one. Let's escape this one, and also this one. And now, just like before, we have the label class matched. And then we will put our period asterisk, and then we have everything. But that's still not a capture group. The capture group will only happen when we have a parenthesis. And as we have it here, so you can see match 1, group 1, match as a whole, group as a part, but in this case the match and the group, they are together. Now we are going back to Visual Studio and get our second part, and then create a second capture group and put it inside. Now we are not matching anything. And why? Because we need to match the whole part. And for that, remember, we have this little guy in the middle. Okay, let me just copy from here. And now we are matching. So as you can see, we have the whole line matching, but within the line, within the match, we have group 1 and group 2. Now we will take this, copy, Ctrl C, go back to Visual Studio, Ctrl H, and then we have the whole match here, and this is pretty much, now you can see the reason why I like to use that regex 101. We don't see the groups in here. The groups are here, you can see the parentheses, but we don't see them in here. Now, what are we going to do with this part? We need to tell Visual Studio that we want the second group before the first group. And to do that, we need to say, Visual Studio, I want the second group, and I want the first group. This column here is this part, okay? So then let's replace one so we know. You see here it's inverted. Let's replace the second one, boom, also here it's inverted. Let's replace the third one, there is no more occurrency, and that's pretty much it. Now, the logic here is as intended. I want, if this thing is empty, or white space, then just show nothing. Otherwise, show something. Cool, I hope this helps. Thank you very much, and bye.